There is a fundamental difference between someone in jail, for example, someone in prison, and someone in a cult. The difference is that someone in a prison needs to have walls, fences, security system, and even guards to make sure that they stay where they need to be, where they need to stay. In the case of someone in a cult, there is no fence, wall, security system, or even guards with guns to keep you in that cult. But what is keeping you there? It's one thing and one thing only, and it's your mind. Once someone has your mind, they have your body. And that is why we are shunned. That is why you have parents having no second thoughts about shunning their own children, because they are kept prisoners from the mind. And when someone owns your mind, they own your body, they own your thoughts, they own your actions, they own everything about you. This is why it's so difficult to help a Jehovah's Witness to wake up. Pretty much impossible, as a matter of fact, unless they are somehow ready to be awakened, so to speak. Because indeed, when someone's got your mind, that is the best tool. You don't need any walls, any fence, any security system. All you have and all you need is that mind that keeps you where you need to be kept. And that is why you are seeing parents shunning their own children, abandoning their own children as if they were the worst piece of trash on the planet. If the organization, if the Society of Jehovah's Witnesses was not owning the mind of those parents, there is no way on earth that they would be able to do that. But that's a tool that cults, whether they are religious or non-religious, that's a tool that cults love to use because they know how powerful it is. And that tool is fear. They teach their members to fear anything that is not from the cult. Anything that is outside of Jehovah's Witnesses, how is it? It's something to be avoided. It's something dangerous. And it's even evil. And that's how we are seen, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. We are dangerous. We are mentally diseased. And we are evil. As long as the society is holding your mind, holding your brain in such a way, they do not need to put you in a physical jail. You are going to act just the way they want you to. This said, there is something that not even a cult, not even cult leaders can take from you, and it's your intelligence. It has been shown over and over that you do not need to be stupid to get into the traps of a cult, and that very, very intelligent, very smart people have fallen into the traps of cults. I, by the way, never considered myself as being stupid, but I have fell into the trap of a cult because I was a Jehovah's Witness and I chose to be one. I was not born in this religion, not even grown up in this religion. I chose it, like many other millions have as well. I'm not the only one who has chosen to become a Jehovah's Witness. Not everyone was born in this cult, okay? There's still some people that have joined the cult. And it does not mean that they are stupid, far from it, okay? Many times it's just people who were looking for some answers that they did not have at that point in time in their life. And Jehovah's Witnesses were there, so to speak, at the right time. And, therefore that person started to believe what they were told and became one of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what happened to me. So this said, one thing that a cult can take from you is your intelligence. So even though you may be well indoctrinated by now, if you use your intelligence, that may be a great tool that you can use to wake up. And if you are an ex-Jehovah's Witness trying to wake someone up in this cult, you may want to use that intelligence of your loved one in the cult by asking them questions. I think that questions is the best tool to try, at least try, to help someone wake up. Recently, I've listened to an interview of TJ and Lady C. They interviewed a couple. They were both Jehovah's Witnesses. The husband woke up before his wife. And what he used to help her wake up was questions and only questions. So I believe, and I've always believed that, but I had the proof here listening to this interview that questions indeed work great. And a little thing you can add to that, if you have the person in front of you, if you can actually ask the question and go away before they even have time to answer the question, that would be even better. That it's a trick that this husband used to help his wife wake up. She would be in a room somewhere in the house, and he would come in the room, ask her the question, and walk away. So the fact that she could not answer the question right away, well, it was actually a good thing. Because instead of answering the question as a robot, maybe something she's learned from the Watchtower leaders, well, she had no choice. She had to stay with the question and think about the question before she answered. When someone asks you an honest question, you have two ways to answer that question. Either the question is bothering you and you'll try to cover up, you'll be actually hypocritical with yourself and answer the question as you should answer it, or you are going to be honest with yourself and answer the question as it should be answered. And if you are honest with yourself in this case, well, that question is going to make you think. Use your intelligence and starting asking questions about your own religion in this case. So I have prepared a list of questions, and some of them, by the way, were inspired by another ex-JW who lives in England. And I have also added some of my own questions, and in that list I have few questions that he had himself came up with that I thought were great. So I'm going to read the questions one by one as I'm going to write them on the screen. If you want to stop the video to copy the question and use those questions, if you want to help someone wake up, do so. If you are a Jehovah's Witness and here on this channel, even though you're not supposed to, by the way, but if you are here just for the purpose of criticizing my video, well, take note. Try to use your own brain to answer the question yourself as well. You know, if you have the truth, what do you have to lose? You should be able to answer every single one of those questions with no problem. But if you do not have the truth that you believe you have, well, it's going to be time to wake up, maybe, if you have the courage to do so. In any case, this video is for both of you, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who would like to help someone wake up, and Jehovah's Witnesses who need to wake up. And it's also for those who are not Jehovah's Witnesses but may have, like I know some of you do, may have family members in another cult. You can use the same question. You can adapt those questions to your own cult, maybe. All right, hope you enjoyed the questions. Here they are. When is the truth the truth? Is it before or after the Watchtower makes changes in their doctrines? Why doctrine changes are called new light when they come from the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses, and false prophecies when they come from other religions. How is it possible that Charles Taze Russell was chosen by Jesus when he was involved in numerology and the occult? Why was the Watchtower involved with the UN, United Nations, for almost 10 years before the Guardian revealed it to the world? Why, in all the Bible translations we read in John 1:1, and the Word was God, while the Bible of Jehovah's Witnesses says, and the Word was a God? Is it fair that the governing body tells Jehovah's Witnesses to live simple lives while some of its members wear Rolex watches? What do you think about Rutherford's letter to Hitler? Have you ever read it? Who pays the millions of dollars of court cases lost between the Watchtower and the ex-victims of pedophilia in the Organization of Jehovah's Witnesses? Do you really think that Anthony Morris, Stephen Ladd, or Jeffrey Jackson have been chosen by God to be his representatives on earth? Even though the Watchtower February 2017 says that they are not inspired? Have you ever read the book Crisis of Conscience from former governing body Ray France? How come the judge and lawyers of the Australian Royal Commission all agree to say that the Watchtower Society has heartless and cruel rules and regulations? Doesn't the Watchtower remind you of the scribes and Pharisees who went beyond what is written? Here are some examples. Men can't wear beards and be in good standing in the religion. Where is it in the Bible? Women can't wear classy, dressy pants in kingdom halls or while preaching, and their dresses and skirts must be below the knee. Where is this in the Bible? A sexually abused child has to give his testimony while facing his abuser. Where is this in the Bible? An abused wife is strongly encouraged to stay with her husband and be more submissive. Where is this in the Bible? A woman who is being raped must scream even if it puts her in a greater danger. Because if she doesn't, she could be disfellowshipped for fornication. Where is this in the Bible? Members who decide to leave the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses are called apostates, mentally diseased, and evil, and their family members are taught to shun them, to abandon them completely. Where is this in the Bible? And last but not least, am I 100% sure that this is the true religion? And if so, why? I hope those questions were helpful to you, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses trying to wake someone up, and you, Jehovah's Witnesses, who can still use your intelligence, use your brain to think about those questions and the valid answers that they require. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, thumbs up, share it, comment, and as always, I see you on my next video. Bye bye now.